Welcome into TWMP Daily, taped again. Thanks, MediaCom. We got some breaking news, joined as always by Erin Schrimpf. Thank you for making the time.
Yeah, of course.
And the newest candidate for the Missouri State Senate, Jake Vogel. Welcome to the TWMP
Thanks
Daily.
for having me. Honored to be here.
It's exciting. There has been, I started the Missouri Times in 2012. I would say the majority of the time, there has been people that have encouraged, rumored that you might run for state rep, for a commissioner, for state senate, like your father retired from. You finally made the jump, right?
Yes, sir, I did. And it's worked out. Kids are going to school. My wife's graduating law school. So
it makes so much sense, doesn't it? I mean, Erin can tell you, I watch her juggle 3 kids in a career. You're a businessman.
Yes.
You've got you run an entire distributorship of the Coca-Cola plant here, but it is such a big deal. You got to get the kids at the right time for you. Everybody's had big plans for you in this community forever. It's finally the right time for you.
I had to wait, and now's the right time.
All right, Erin, seriously, like every time I talk Cole County politics, somebody's wanting Jake Vogel to be their treasurer, or they're saying he should run for something. That has went on for 10 years now.
Yeah, he nailed it. It's the right time for him. I'm excited for him. I think out of the field, it's going to be great to have somebody who's raising a young family, and I think that's going to speak to a lot of the things that Cole Countians care about. So I think that's gonna be great for Jake.
I think the first issue, the biggest issue, if you're successful in this, coming out of the gate in 27 is going to be schools. I watch these Republicans so many times, and they talk about how they're going to create jobs or how people should create jobs, and I'm like, you've never created a damn job. How the hell would you know? You get a W-2. I mean, if there's not money for payroll, the business owner takes a loan out. You just get paid. But it is, when you have kids in school, it's like being a good school board member usually has kids in school. You're in the fight. It is a perspective, one, being a business person that is sorely lacking in the Republican Party, but two, being a parent who has kids in school, that gives you, I think it'll be an addition to a caucus that needs that perspective.
I think it's meaningful, and like I said, I'm coming from small family business. We're trying to keep our lights on, make payroll every day, and that's how the government should be run, just not burning cash. So at least we can get eyes on from a business perspective.
Yeah. So lots of people in Jefferson City know you, know your family, but let's just assume there's a lot of folks that don't watching this. Tell me about your family. Start with your dad, which is the last name I think everybody's going to recognize.
My dad was in the legislature for 20 years, State House, implemented term limits, and then 2 terms in the Senate. And he passed away in 2016, so we miss him dearly. But biggest mentor in my life, and he taught me about community service. And so I've always grown up with this. And
Erin, Carl Vogel to me is one of the rare people that served more than now people can serve, the 16. He served 20 years in the legislature. I don't know that he left with an enemy.
No, absolutely. I think that's one thing that I think people would remember about your dad. And he represented, I think one of the things that you want as your legacy as a lawmaker is for people to say, I repped my people. I really represented the people of Cole County and their needs and their interests. And I think they're absolutely, everybody you would talk to would say, Carl Vogel did that.
Plus, I think it's a key point. He lived until he could turn the business over to you. But really, he needed Todd Richardson to live here full time because the Diet Coke consumption then would shoot up. And I assume that
it ran out the office for free as well.
Yeah,
so I'll continue that if this comes to fruition.
I mean, I would assume every day Todd's in Jeff City, the Diet Coke sales is just, you could probably chart it. There's probably pre-Todd, then post-Todd, the Diet Coke's up here.
We'd like him to live here more often.
All right, tell folks, you have a very interesting and very beautiful wife. Tell folks about her.
I outkicked my coverage, number one.
That's a fact.
She's wicked smart. Went to law school while pregnant and also birthed 3 beautiful children. And she's graduating law school at Mizzou in May, and they were very accommodating during all this as well.
I would say this. I've known you and I've known Maria for a while now. I was very impressed by the university to have a mother who was already a mother of 2 children, just had a 3rd, pregnant, going into law school. I was very impressed by how the university worked with her to where, of course, it was harder, no question.
Sure.
But it gave her a path to work through and graduate. I thought that was very commendable university.
It's been a great experience, and she's also a civil engineer by trade. So now we have future law. So I don't know how you mix them. It's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I know some engineers, right?
Huh?
I know some engineers.
Yeah.
I know some lawyers. I don't know any engineer lawyers. Now, my phone might be about to blow up here, but I don't know any engineer lawyers. That is impressive. And she puts up with you. Those three things are, and a mother, but I mean, really, I would rank that putting up with you,
It's full-time
engineer,
job.
lawyer. Yeah.
Sure.
No, she is very impressive. It was funny as I've got to know her. You know, there's a part of me that when you deal with news so much, you get a little desensitized to it. Your wife is conservative. I mean, conservative.
She is.
And very effective and doesn't mind telling you.
She's an alpha.
That's
I
fact.
thought I'd marry an alpha, but I did.
I thought you were an
she's-
alpha, then I met Maria. And
I'm an old school alpha.
I like that.
I don't like confrontation day to day. I don't like drama, but if you put, I'll get into it if need be.
Well, now, it's so funny you say that
Which is gonna be
because
perfect
I
for
just
the
tried to-
Senate.
yeah.
That's gonna be perfect for the Senate.
If you keep poking the bear and keep poking the bear, then okay, we will.
I've seen you when you were fed up with something, but you know, this interesting thing. You know, as we talk about, I've interviewed a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people in the news. I've probably interviewed every major political figure of the last 20 years in Missouri politics. If you're a veteran and you didn't really do a lot, you cannot shut them up about it. They were at the Battle of Iwo Jima and Gettysburg and everything in between. And if I've noticed, take a Bill Hardwick, take a Andrew Bailey, if they were the guys that did the most, and everybody that served did more than me, and I respect it. But the guys that did a lot don't talk about it. I think there's some people in this community that knew you served. I didn't know you were an Army Ranger.
That's kind of part of the job, being a quiet professional. We're all there for a reason. We didn't get put there. We went through a strenuous, lengthy process to become one, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be in that unit, and we went about our business. And
Okay, Erin, you
didn't
went to
brag
school
about
here,
it.
right?
Yeah,
So you, of course, knew Jake and his father, knew of them.
of
knew
course. Yeah,
Did you know he was an Army Ranger?
I did not. No,
I didn't either.
Not until you told me.
It surprised me as this,
That's part of the code, I think. Yeah.
as this the discussions, maybe the rumors, the talk, speculation ramped up. I just did my own little poll around town, and people asked me about it. I'd be like, "Well, did you know he's an Army Ranger?" I met two people that knew, and I think your mom told them. I don't think.
I'm
you-
glad she did.
Yeah.
That's her job.
I think people knew you served. I mean, but to me,
Sure.
being an Army Ranger is such an amazing accomplishment. And we're talking about there's not enough businessmen in the Republican Party,
No, there's not.
and there's not enough parents with kids in schools.
No.
You know, by the time you get to the state senate, frankly, you're normally a little older than you are.
Sure.
And so you might have had kids in school, but they're probably coming to the end of that. By the time most people get to the state senate, it's a little later in life than you.
Of course.
That's an interesting perspective, but also, I mean, Cole County's been represented so well by Dave Griffith, and he has a heart for veterans. I mean, if you know Dave Griffith,
I do.
He is not he when he talks about veterans, he means it. He backs it up with his wallet. He backs it up with his time. I think it's important to have a person who's a veteran. It's a perspective I don't have, and frankly, not that many people in the current Republican Party have.
No, I think we need more of them, and we got to take care of those folks and give them all the benefits we can get them, the funding,
All the benefits they promised
reintegration.
them. All the benefits they were promised.
Yes, all the benefits are promised. Retention on when they get out of the military and discharge, bring them back to Missouri. We need the growth. We want more veterans. The retention rates are through the roof.
And this community, and now correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding has been when you fill out the test or the background, the application to work for the state of Missouri, being a veteran is a benefit to that. They give you maybe a small leg up. And what a terrific thing. I mean, you want to see a successful community, bring a bunch of veterans to that community, people that serve, that have discipline, that have a code they've lived by.
Sure.
I mean, what a great thing for Cole County. The more veterans we could have move back here, whether they work for the state or work for someone else, or maybe they start working for the state and then move on. What a great thing to bring folks. What a great way to grow this county
100%.
is with veterans.
I agree.
Hal Dooley somewhere is saying amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
There you go.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Bring them back. They're disciplined. Went through the military. They know what it takes to do a
I find it interesting, people that talk about the Second
job
Amendment.
done.
And there's multiple types of people that are passionate about the Second Amendment. There's the nerd Second Amendment person who you could tell probably bought the big machine gun so that they didn't get locked in the locker again. But, you know, it's different. From what I understood, this is the dangerous part about doing this live. You were a sniper. in the Army Rangers.
Yes, sir,
correct?
I was.
You probably shot some guns that aren't even legal to own, right?
Some, yes.
Yeah.
And
So Kelton better watch his P's and Q's in there.
from Kelton over
yeah.
there, the wind should not be a factor, Scott. It's not a factor.
And you know what?
That's-
I have no idea what you're talking about right now about how that would be a factor, but I respect it. Let's I
He
got
just won a lot of points with a very niche viewership group, and I love it.
I probably pissed some off too, you know.
The trigger squeeze, breathing up and down, and all the fundamentals from where Kelton is, it won't matter.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Just
And-
FYI.
And if you could you leave Kelton, because we don't know how to get this show on the air.
This is true.
That's all. That's a joke.
If someone snipes Kelton, we're really screwed here.
Sure, absolutely.
Like
100%.
you could snipe me, which would be the easiest target in this
Yes.
stage.
Yeah.
And then Erin could just switch seats. You just shove me out of the way, and we'd finish the show. If you shoot Kelton, bad things happen.
Bad things happen.
I had a big weekend. I gotta tell you. Look at
Let me
this.
see this stuff.
I went
We
to
got
the state fair, the
that's
Friends of the State Fair
Okay.
Wow.
auction. At the foundation, they have the big auction. It's kind of the kickoff to the fair.
Sure.
I got me a Brad Pollitt for state citizen. Look at that beautiful thing. You talk about a good dude. If you win this race, in every walk of life, you run into people who just have it together. That just he's got his life together. He's never gonna be real drama. He's common sense, level headed. To me, the type of mentality you need in state government, making decisions for the rest of the state, is a Brad Pollitt. So we've got to add this to the wall, Kelton. We'll let Kelton pick. He's better at picking than I am.
nothing wrong with level-headed and common sense.
He
What's wrong with that?
runs cattle some now, was a former school superintendent.
Good friend.
But a lot of school superintendents are just the biggest goofs you've ever met. Well, one, Cornman. He's a superintendent, but he's come to the realization that schools are going to have to adapt. I think he's got a heart for public education, but he knows something's going to change. And if he's not in the room in that, you're either going to have it happen to you or with you. And Brad, I guarantee you, when we're at your dinner after you've served 8 years and you're leaving, that'll be one of the friends you make that I think you'll really appreciate. He's just a real statesman.
Good.
Then,
I take your word.
yes, speaking of statesman, I go down to the JC's Boot Hill Rodeo down in Sykeston. Check this out.
Man,
I got actual New Madrid cotton. Check that
Ooh,
out. Yeah.
that is fancy.
that is.
We got all the information you need on Sykeston.
It's a show and tell. I'm
I
going
got
to
the
pass it on
rodeo
down.
hat. Look at this. I mean, the JC Boot Hill Rodeo
I
hat.
like
The
that.
Boot Hill's been getting some airtime lately.
Well,
It's
you've been talking about it.
fantastic.
I took your.
I
took
can't
one
wait
for
to
you.
go to see
My
it.
favorite things. Look at this. These were all over.
I
the
need
fair.
one of those.
I got to
need
make
one
some of
of
those
those for
too.
my office.
I'm behind the times.
The Shamrock. I mean, David Dolan
Yep.
is just the best dude in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually know how he votes or anything, but he's just so like judges. I'll tell you this: judges are either the best legislators or the freaking worst. there is no judge that was a decent legislator. You're either 10 on 10 or you are 0 on 10. Know it all. David Dolan is as a guy from Southeast Missouri, I'm very proud. I'm going to give you one of these, Erin, but just
All right.
Thank you.
I only have
This is
two.
pride.
So we
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
put this somewhere. We're putting this.
This
up
is
now.
a pride. This is a fantastic design. I love this.
There we go. How's that work, Kelton? Not great. Okay.
It looks
We'll fix it
fine.
later.
Good looking
Um,
sign.
Check. So then we got.
I got a full
Look
goodie
at
bag.
this.
Look at that.
It's a whole thing about sunscreen and stuff from Sykeston. We got shout out to former guest of the show here,
Oh, it's an all-in-one kit.
Ah.
Sanitizer and
Marcy
sunscreen.
Lawson, who runs the chamber down there. Had these bags waiting for
These
folks.
are all things you need in Southeast Missouri, so that feels very
that
good.
in.
Marcy Lawson, shout out to what a terrific person. Love Marcy Lawson. Then check this stuff out. This
It's like
is-
Christmas Day.
Yeah. Grown
These
and
are my-
processed. That's the Riceland stuff.
Okay.
I got a little lanyard. I feel like Coach Gruden.
Ooh, I like
We got the Sykeston clip here. We'll stick that right on our sword beat
Right.
thing.
most
and
natural,
then,
best rice
I'm
I've
gonna
ever
take
felt.
some.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No,
take
it looks-
some at home.
I think I will too.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I don't want to steal it.
I mean, what's the? So you guys gonna have? Can I keep the cotton?
You get the.
Okay.
We'll let you keep that.
All right. Very grateful to everybody down at the JC Boot Hill Rodeo for having us. What a good time we had. That David Dolan is just a cool dude.
He is.
The governor came down, and he actually owns cows.
Good.
Like
Yeah.
he actually he owns horses. He likes these things, and it is fun to be with anybody that's important like that if they're doing something they like.
Sure.
And to get to be with the governor, well, hell, we were with him Wednesday night, at the foundation. And look, when you're going to be a state senator, your dad, he got asked to speak at 50 things. It's a little bit. If it doesn't get a little bit monotonous, then there's something wrong with you.
I think you always opted to less is more. I'll probably surpass him in that speaking level because I got a little. My mom made me a little flair.
You do have
a little
your
flair.
mom is super fun and very.
Yes.
I do think of flair when I think your mom, but
She's a lot of fun.
if you speak at 5 things in a day like the governor does, it can get a little. No matter who you are,
Sure.
staying fresh.
Yeah.
He likes the fair. He likes the fair foundation. Then I got to interview him on the grandstand. The show should be up now. It was Sundays this week in Missouri Politics. We interviewed the governor. Then we went to. Then he was down in the next day. I mean, I felt like I was logging miles. He was logging miles. He probably went to 5. I just went to these things. He probably went to 5 things in between. But at that rodeo, it's his people. Like he can go talk horses with people. He can go talk cattle with people, and he can wear a hat. I'm from the hills, but I can't pull off a cowboy hat. It would be disingenuous.
They think I was,
If somebody pulled a horse up and I had my hat on, they would think I could jump on and ride it. They'd be sorely mistaken. It'd be a bad deal.
Sure, I agree.
Mike Kehoe can wear a cowboy hat, and he doesn't look like he's being a poser.
No.
I can't wear I can wear this hat, which I'm going to.
Yeah.
But it was fun to be where he was having a good time.
Good.
All right, let's talk about some of these issues here. We've got the issue that no matter where you are in politics, it's always the same thing, and that's abortion. Abortion is just the issue that's talked about, even when everybody's sick of talking about it. That's what people talk about. There's a big referendum going to be on the ballot, essentially to overturn last summer's referendum.
Correct.
It'll be on fall. I don't know. They want it in the fall. Are you familiar with it? Where are you going to stand on Amendment 3?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I have 2 beautiful daughters. I was raised with a Catholic dad and a Baptist mom, so I'm pro-life all the way.
So you have no hope of be pro-life. It was cast. The die was cast. So where are you going to be on this?
My get elected, my voting record will reflect that. Nothing infringes on life for me, so I always vote for life.
So I personally think the pro-life folks have their work cut out for them. In this state, it is very hard to get a yes. Erin has worked these ballot referendums, both sides.
Sure.
The only time I've ever seen anybody win one with a funded opposition on the no side was when you won the gaming thing. And they the opposition sort of curtailed at the end. And what'd you win that by? 400 votes? But it was literally like.
Thin. It was 500, 600.
Oh, my, 500. Yeah. I'm not trying to put shine on her and Jack's accomplishment, but it's going to be the biggest thing talked about. And when you get into this, if you win this, if it's in the fall, if you win this primary, I mean, you'll be a leading person in the party in the pro-life cause. Will you be out helping pass Amendment 3?
Which is the amendment is.
And if you this time, if you get a yes, it would pretty much ban abortion in the state back like it was, with some exceptions. It's a little bit better.
I'll pass it. Yes.
Let's talk about guns. It's kind of funny. We're talking.
This is an easy one for me, by the way. Okay, I like this.
I would assume it is. I mean, it's sort of dumb for a talk show host to ask a former Army Ranger sniper where he is on the Second Amendment, but folks are going to ask you. That's what folks care about. Guns, abortion. Where are you at?
No infringement on the guns either. I'm pro-gun all the way, 100%. I don't know why legislators from doing politics over my short time or reading about it and learning about it throughout my life pass all these laws to prevent. And I understand the hostility, it's touchy, but I've never seen a gun jump up and shoot somebody. And I go to places where there's no guns and all these metros and all the bad guys don't.
And you've been around some bad hombres.
I've been all over the world in places where they probably have
Lots of gun
laws with no guns and bombs and IEDs, et cetera, and they all got them. So
I do think you're right. If we were going to be a gun-free country, we should have done that 50 years ago. I just don't think anybody in the hills of West Butler County is going to sit still for, of you taking their gun. I think you'd have more murders with people trying to take their guns at this point than people get murdered.
It'd be a mutiny or like a civil war. Yes, it'd be chaotic.
We'd have was it Oregon where we had the militia that took over?
I think there's a lot of militias.
2 month? Yeah. Was it like a 2 month battle?
I remember the
with
Waco
local...
thing, right?
Yeah, those guys got 50 cows. Those are big.
I think they won.
serious
I don't
guns.
really remember the details, but I think they won, or at least there was a ceasefire that was in their favor, and they still have their guns. So,
Yeah.
moral of the story is,
I'm kind of with you. I just think if you're going to get rid of guns, should have done it a very long time ago. We don't want to get rid of our sponsor. We want to thank my buddy, Duran. Thank you so much for Kansas City for sending me this outstanding Stein. I'm very grateful.
Good looking Stein.
Then we got, you're running for office here, so you can't even play this game. The Great Northwest, United Fiber, some of the best rural broadband in the state. And then the quarterback, man, Erin, if you were having people in to celebrate a recent victory, where would you put them up?
you have to put them at the Courtyard by Marriott.
Or they're going to know you don't like them and care about
There's
them.
only one place, and there's only one place my dad likes to stay when he comes in town.
And your dad's a classy dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you booked his hotel next time he comes home, and it was
If
like,
I'm mad at him, it's not going to be at the Courtyard.
yeah, he's going to know there's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Let's talk about business. I mean, the Republican Party is seeing a change. When I was a young Turk, and your dad was in the state senate, and I was a staffer in that building, we were all the pro-business folks, and the Democrats were all the pro-employee folks, right? But whatever you want to call it, labor folks, however you want to say it. But I've always believed if you have a good business climate, everybody does well. If you have a good welfare client, a few people that are doing terrible do a little bit less terrible.
I agree.
But the Republican Party's changing. You have a very strong trial attorney segment in the Republican Party. Your opponent, that's what he does for a living.
I understand.
Tell me where you're going to be as a businessman. What the mantle is passed to you. You will be a business, I assume, a business voice
Absolutely.
in the legislature. You don't have as many natural. I think you're going to be surprised how you would think you have 24 Republican senators, maybe 23 by the time you get there, 24, 23. Are you going to be surprised how many of them are not pro-business?
That is surprising because I didn't think it was like that back in the day. And I've learned very quick over the past year because I've been thinking about this all my life at all, nor did I know anything about it. I mean, and now I'm learning that, yeah, a lot of those guys are trial attorneys, and no disrespect to trial attorneys, but they fund a part of our party. And so, yeah, for business, and that's a small problem.
They fund a growing part of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
It could. I mean, I would never have said this, but if you served in the Missouri State Senate 8 years, you very well could look up, and the pro-business Republicans are in the minority. It used to be a labor union fight; those fights are over. But now it's kind of a business owner trial lawyer fight. It's a very interesting change in the Republican
We got to
Party.
wake the business side up, and
I think what you just said is the truth, because I'll tell
we
you,
got to wake them up.
they are. I would say
Get them
this.
engaged. We have to. I don't know what.
There is a. They are. I think that is a very fair statement. I think what you just said, waking them up. Look, I kind of, it's issue by issue to me. I see the value in the trial lawyers, but I also see the value in if you sue everybody, there's nobody to sue anymore. There's no businesses. That's a much bigger thing. I guess to me, it's an interesting. It's been an interesting change, and I think if you look at these races where very vocal trial attorney advocates win. You've seen the business community come together a couple times, but oftentimes they don't. Oftentimes the business candidate is very outgunned by the trial bar. Very outgunned. I mean, Erin, you just look around.
Yeah, I think Jake could have a big advantage on this issue, particularly given the demographics of Cole County. We have a lot of state workers. About half the population, give or take, any other year is part of the state workforce. But the other half are really comprised of small business owners, and then companies that have, family-owned companies, just like his dad's Coca-Cola distributing company, or my father-in-law's family-run car wash, or Diamond Dog Food, or Bechtel Beverage. I mean, these are all.
Speaking of Diamond Dog, we shout out to our boy Matt Price.
Yeah.
He's the new law around here. I mean, good for him.
So none of these companies get off the ground if they get hit with a huge liability lawsuit that costs
they don't.
millions of dollars. Like, you just don't see the level that they grow to if they are cut off at the knees when they're trying to start a small business. So I think it's an issue that Jake has an advantage on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this culture stuff. It's such a stupid time to be alive. I personally think the state would be better with the product out of the legislature would be better with more Democrats. But it is bizarre. I mean, I hate to have this. Sounds so stupid to ask, but when it comes down to it, Should there be boys and girls sports or just kind of whatever?
Again, I'm going back. I got 2 daughters, and I know something's sunsetting here pretty soon. And it's going to expire. It will be my son to make it permanent. We're not having boys and girls sports. Biological females will play their sport, and the boys will stay in their sport. Now, I'm going to use that term common sense. I don't want it to sound cliche, but let's go back to it. I thought it's common sense. They just ran on the previous election, and
What a dumb thing that a person running for office has to say out loud. Like,
whether you're a Democrat or Republican, it
how
doesn't
insane is it
matter.
that someone would be like, oh, I disagree. What
I
the
think
hell?
I think we can all agree that issue's.
I mean,
We're
I think in Missouri,
we're gonna make that permanent.
these discussions may happen somewhere in
We're gonna
St. Louis or
focus on
Kansas City. They don't happen in Taos. And if they do, it's like those poor people. It is. To me, I don't think you'd be mean about it, but it's just
No,
like,
we're not gonna be mean about it at all.
what are you
It's
doing, man?
just- Uh,
Although, if we were playing like pickup basketball, Maria could probably throw an elbow on that rebound. She could box you out. I
She's
bet.
athletic.
Yeah,
yes.
that's fact. Last question. We'll talk about a little local news.
Yes, sir.
And we don't. It's kind of crazy. Normally, we don't have news to talk about in this off year. It's pretty boring. Did a special session with the Chiefs. Then the one that's coming up. I interviewed the governor this Sunday. He basically said, "Yeah, we're doing this," and I'll be honest with you. I don't really know that many people that are that excited about this. Now, the suburban people, they're excited about anything partisan. But folks that kind of are Republicans, but Republicans, they want to take care of the state, I'm not seeing them too tickled. I think Emmanuel Cleaver's a good man. I think some of this is it just feels a little shoddy. Where do you come down on
Well,
redistricting?
I'll tell you what. This is a little fire with fire, and our friends in blue states have done this. And I did a little due diligence the other day, and I stumbled upon this. And help me explain this, Scott.
They brought props.
Help me explain this. Look at our friends across the river.
Some people bring us Steins there, and he's brought us a map.
It's a map
Look
of
at this. So
Illinois.
I have a hard time understanding that.
Kelton, can you get a shot of this? I
Yeah.
like this.
In particular, that nice little one down the right there. This one right here. So I have a hard time understanding that one.
This map is bullshit. Erin,
Of course.
can you defend this map?
I'm not going to try to defend that map. All I'm going to say is I love chaos. So the more chaos we can throw into this.
Well, this looks.
Let's have more.
So you're for
Let's go to
redistricting
I
now.
like that.
Let's go to 15.
So you're
Oh
for
my gosh!
redistricting.
Oh my
now,
gosh.
just to
Baby
take care of
steps.
it.
Baby steps.
Okay, you know what?
so we
I've
can get-
kind of I've been a little less
But-
impressed by this, but you make a fair point. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, the Vogel family being Republicans in Missouri, I get it. I guess I kind of get it. This is corruption and bullshit, and there's a reason why the retirement plan for Illinois governors is prison. But do you know a little about fighting fire with fire? I see the point.
It's
All right, I
kind
get
of
it.
coming to that. The climate's different these days, and I'm walking into probably some more fire, and that's okay. We'll stand up and do the fire if we have to do it, and that's what I think President Trump wants. I think that's what the governor wants,
I think you're right about those
and
things. And normally, just because they're for something doesn't really mean I'd be for something.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot more keel than Trump, but I will say this is bullshit. Now,
that was my point.
I wonder if at the end
We
of the day,
shouldn't be stealing ideas from Cubs fans. Just gonna put that out
that's a
there.
great argument
But,
too, man.
but if you all, I respect Jake's argument here. If
well,
you need
picture's
some-
worth 1,000 words. But
There you go.
that was not bad. You make a good point. That it is. What do you do when you're up against this? You know, and if I had to guess, and you tell me, end of the day, the Missouri map will look much more logical than this.
I guarantee you,
I think that we can agree on.
We betting a Coke on it.
we will. We'll bet a cold Coke that us in Missouri can draw a much efficient, better-looking map than that.
Well, all right. I mean, that's a good point. You
We
got
can do
me.
it. We can do it.
All right. So kickoff is when?
Next Wednesday, 5:30 at our facility, 604 Jefferson Street, Jefferson City,
The
Missouri.
Coca-Cola place. Everybody knows.
Coca-Cola place, yeah. So
If you're early, go get an ice cream. Right?
5:30, we're gonna have our own beverages, so Coca-Cola products.
I like that.
We'll have my treasurer is AB, so we'll have some Anheuser-Busch products.
Okay, I'm coming then.
Okay,
All
I
right.
thought that'd sell
Yep.
you. So, And
I
then
like
we'll add some
Coke,
water,
but-
and we'll add some finger foods, and we'll make it as painless as possible. I'll give a few words. And I think the temperature is going to be okay. 85-ish maybe.
You can't ask for better than that, dog.
We got- yeah.
I mean, all right, Jake
So
Vogel.
we're excited.
Hope you'll come back and talk about the campaign as it unfolds. Thank you for joining us here on the TWMP Daily.
Thanks for having me on.
Erin Schrimpf, thank you so much for the time. And thank you to everyone in, from Brad Powell, the folks at the fair, great hospitality on the Midway, and the folks at the Sykes and J.C. Boot Hill Rodeo. How fun is to walk away with actual cotton. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
We'll see you back later today. Casey Wasser, the new head of the Missouri Soybean Association, is going to join us later today. And then we'll see you Sunday for This Week in Missouri Politics.
Good deal.